ShowMeTheCurry.com. I'm Anuja.
And I'm Hital.
And today we're going to be showing you how to make yogurt or curd. And this is very simple and it's cheaper, much cheaper than buying it from the grocery store.
And it has its own nice flavor, which is a lot different sometimes than the yogurt at the stores.
And here's what you'll need.
4 cups whole milk. 1 heaping tablespoon of yogurt. Okay, we're going to start by boiling our milk. We're choosing to boil our milk in the microwave, but you can also do this on the stove. I'm going to take about 4 cups of milk. And all microwaves are different, so we're going to microwave this about a few minutes at a time and kind of check on it. You want it to come to a boil, but not boil over. So
I think about 10 minutes.
10 minutes total?
Yes.
Yeah, but for the first time, it might take you a little while to kind of figure out your microwave.
Right.
And be sure you write it down, and then the next time you'll know how long to do it.
Yep, so you don't have to stand there and keep stirring it. That's
Right.
one big advantage.
Okay, so in the microwave.
And meanwhile, we've actually got our starter yogurt. It's just yogurt from your previous yogurt or from a grocery store or something, and you can just keep it out. And it needs to be room temperature. It's best if it's room temperature, before you mix it with the rest of the milk.
Okay, our milk has boiled now, so let's check on it.
It's actually taken 8 minutes, and it's perfect at that point. 4 cups, about 8 minutes, and oh, perfect. So this is what we're looking for is there's a film, the cream is on top. So from here onwards, we're going to now wait for it to cool down, and once it's really light, lukewarm, we're going to then add in our starter yogurt.
You have to do this process very patiently. If you put the starter yogurt into the hot milk, it'll kill all the yogurt bacteria that's in here, and then the yogurt won't set. So just be patient and wait, and it has to be lukewarm, so nothing that'll burn your finger if you touch it. And once that's ready, then we'll be back to show you the rest. Alright, our milk has finally cooled down to a nice lukewarm temperature, and you can usually test this, very unscientific. You can stick your finger in, make sure you wash your hands. Stick your fingers in. You want it kind of like a nice, very warm bath, but not a hot bath, that kind of water. That's what you're looking for. You don't want to get burned as soon as you put your finger in, of course. And if you put it in and it's too cool, then that's going to be harder for it to work also. But this is just the right temperature. What we're going to do is we're going to take some starter yogurt, which is, again, of course, yogurt from your previous batch, or if this is the first time you're doing this, you can just go and get a little one of those self-serving size small yogurt packs, and you can use that plain yogurt, of course. And we're going to mix this in.
This is approximately 1 tablespoon for about 4 cups.
Right. And if you use a little more, it's okay also. It's
right.
Not a big deal. And we have a hand blender like this. Just going to blend it all nicely together. And one more thing, we've also transferred our milk from our glass bowl, which we used in the microwave, to a plastic one like this. It's got a nice tight fitting lid, and it is a lot easier to put it and store it in the refrigerator this way.
Yeah, you can also actually use the glass one again in the oven to set it. That's entirely your choice.
Okay, and now finally, we're going to cover this and we're going to put it in the oven. We have preheated our oven to 180 degrees, and then we've switched it off. As soon as it reaches 180, we switch it off, and we're going to cover this and we're going to keep it in the oven for 3.5 hours. Now, I know I enjoy yogurt, which is not very tart, so 3.5 hours is perfect for it to set and be very mild yogurt. But if you like your yogurt a little bit more sour, then just keep it there a little bit longer. There's no hard and fast rule on how long you keep it there, but you can keep it for 5-6 hours. The longer you keep it there, the more sour the yogurt will become. So we're going to put this in, and in the meantime, we have one that's ready to go right here that we've had already set, and I'm just going to show you kind of how the consistency is. It's
Beautiful.
nice and thick.
Yeah, you can cut through nicely, and it doesn't like fall the moment you put it there. So
Right.
it's beautiful.
So once it's been about 3.5 hours sitting in a nice warm oven, it won't be this thick. So from that point, you transfer it to your refrigerator, and in about an hour or so, when it's had time to chill down, then you'll get that consistency. And of course, finally, you can use any kind of milk. We've used whole milk for this application, but if you want a lower fat yogurt, you can use your 2% milk, you can use 1% milk. The only difference might be that your yogurt won't be as thick, with the lower fat milks, but it'll still taste great.
Yeah, and it'll still be healthy.
It'll still be healthy.
Healthier than what you get out there. So.
Exactly. And a lot of store-bought yogurts, this is very important for vegetarians, they use some gelatin, which is of course not a vegetarian product, just to stiffen up the yogurt. That's why a lot of the yogurts that you get from the store, when you cut into it, it's almost, like a very thick, chunk. And you feel, oh my God, I can't get this at home. And that's the reason, is because they use gelatin in it to kind of solidify it, or they use pectin, which is, that's actually a plant product, fruit pectin, which also helps to gel it. But that's one thing you won't get from home, but you can't beat the taste of homemade yogurt, and it's a lot cheaper, like we've said before.
Right, so join us again on another episode of ShowMeTheCurry.com.
Adding a pinch of spice to your life.